Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T-34-85M. It's a Tier 6 Soviet premium medium tank. It's located on the north spawn of Tundra, and this one is under the command of Fluffylilkitten of Reborn 2. Now, this little beastie actually came into being in spring of 1944, but they produced 35,000 of them, and they were actually even used in World War II and Korea, so they were still effective years after they were originally built. Now, the Battle of Kursk, I should say, they actually had 9,000 of these versus 2,000 German troops. And of course, you know, they actually did win the day because, of course, the Germans failed in Operation Citadel. It does have enhanced frontal armor, and of course, the turret contains an 85mm main gun, which is pretty good and effective at actually penetrating Tiger tanks, which was originally the main purpose of it. Of course, they did come out with the IS-2 later with a 122mm gun, which is a lot more effective at taking down German heavy tanks. But this little beastie is actually still regarded as one of the key tanks that they used during the war. Oh, lovely shot there. And the VK-2801-105 took some damage. And an M10 RBRN is firing rounds at us, but it's just not getting through the armor. So 2 hits and go for another one. Misses the Super Hellcat. You notice the fast reload speed. The standard reload, 4.39 seconds. And he's got an actual reload of 4.09, I think it is. Now, he was noticed by the enemy. In fact, the enemy guerrilla actually did fire a round onto him. Luckily, it was only an HE round, so he only suffered the loss of 112 hit points and got a bit of stun. Oh, there's enemy firing again, and they've missed. Now, this tank, when it actually came out, a lot of people loved it because they could wolf pack in this thing. Lots of tanks of the same type fighting together and firing together, and they could literally tear enemy tanks apart. In fact, I remember taking part in wolf pack missions. We were literally going after the enemy one after the other. In fact, the only other tank you could do that in was the Cromwell B, because of course that was another premium medium with an effective gun, but that gun was only a 75mm, whereas this thing is 85mm. You can see a KV-1SA at distance, and he actually hits the tracks. He's having a bit of difficulty at long range, but this thing is actually fairly accurate at close range. There's a KV-2, and again, that hits the tracks. Gets a critical hit, but he's not penetrating. Not for the moment. That's better. Yes! And he set light to him. Oh, yes, he's burning. In fact, he could go up. And in fact, he does. So he's got an Aslains medal from this one already. Now, it does have a nice front. It deflects shots, high rate of fire, good DPM, a 5-man crew, unlike the Rudy. But the bad things are it has a below average traverse turret and hull, weak gun mantlets, a low module health, and it can see tier 8, which means, of course, it's going to come upwards against serious opposition. You can do some pretty effective damage. There's one of these in the Tank Museum at Bovington if you want to have a look over it. And they've even got a T-34, the original one, but it was actually captured by the Finns during the Winter War. And so it's actually got the swastika on the side of the vehicle, but it's the Finnish swastika, not the German one, which is slightly different. Okay, enemy tank down there, KV-1SA. Yes, he got the engine. Oh, he set that one alight as well. Now, he didn't get a arsonist from that one, but he wouldn't have got to anyway. But he did get a fire, and now we've got a T-34 firing after him, and he's still not able to pen. Now, can we get some more damage? Yes, that T-34 is only firing the 75mm gun. That's why he got low damage from those shots. Only 120 hit points. But funnily enough, that is actually, I believe, a high roll. Now, the enemy is capping. This is the wrong side to be looking for the enemy, though. But we've got some enemy, some Vartank teammates up that side, so they should be able to spot where the enemy tanks on their side of the battlefield are. In fact, actually, you can poke through that hole there and get a good shot at them. In fact, one of the enemy is a T-34-85M. There's the enemy M12. Long distance. You can just about make him out. Oh, he got him! That's his second kill. Now, it appears that the enemy is getting resetted in our cap, although we don't have tanks that close to the cap area. So it's a bit annoying. We're going to have to come down from the hill. Can't stay up here forever. Oh, don't go down that way. Go the other way, just to the right. That would be much better for getting down. It's fast and it's much more effective. You're not likely to die if you go over that edge. That's how you do it. Yes, good dismount. That's a perfect dismount. Yep. Oh, well, he did actually suffer some damage from it, but it looked to me to be a perfect dismount, and it was fast, and he wasn't going to get shot at because he was moving too quickly for the enemy to do anything about it. Actually, the reload time is 4.27 seconds, not the amount I was actually stating, but oh, look at that. Goes straight through the front of a T1 Heavy. This one's a tier 6 game, or is it? No, it's a tier 7 game with tier 5 tanks in it. Takes out the VK3001D, and that's his third kill. He's just got to go behind that wall, and he's hoping that it'll be long enough, and I think he does get a defender off this one if he resets this guy. And just back up a bit, and thank you, that's a reset. Now we can just finish the guy off. No, didn't get it, but oh, there's the kill shot. And in fact, he's taken out by our Scorpion, but we took him round from behind by the Gorilla, who damaged our tracks. Now, he's dialed in on this area, so I wouldn't stick around here for long, because if we do stay, the Gorilla's going to hit second time. Okay, Matilda Black Prince. That's got enhanced armor as well, so we can't stay too long. Oh, there he is. He's showing himself now. And in fact, we can hit right through the center. And it's a high roll for 198. The alpha for this one is 180, by the way. And it's got 144mm pen with standard ammo. And look at that. Standard ammo went right through the side. And of course, Fluffylilkitten does actually know now to use, not to use the premium rounds unless he absolutely has to. He actually goes for the maximum credits that he can get by doing damage with standard ammo. And it works. It's very efficient. Used to be one of those players who actually automatically went to premium rounds, but Fluffy doesn't do that anymore because now Fluffy aims for the weak spots and he gets them. Oh, now bit of a rise there. But he go for the ram kill. He got some of it, and there's the kill shot into the engine bay. There's only one enemy left, and that happens to be the enemy Arty, the Gorilla. And it'd be nice to get a bit of revenge because after all, he's the one who's been slamming rounds into Fluffy. He's got 2 hits so far, although he didn't do a lot of damage. And he's being asked to platoon with the Scorpion, and they've both got over 3 kills, which means that he's on for a Brothers in Arms if they both survive the game. Now, Scorpion's actually right down in the south at the moment, hunting for the Gorilla. I think, if I remember correctly, he's somewhere around about the K row at, say, K4, K5? K5, I think it is. But we'll see if he is. He might be over this side. He might have moved, for instance. So an effective tank when it comes to speed as well. 53 kilometers an hour is actually quite good. And remember, this is actually quite heavy compared to the T-34. And, oh, it is over here. We found him. Now, can we get the kill shot and get a top gun? It'd be nice if he can get it a bit further forward. Oh, he's going to go for the kill anyway. And it's the Scorpion who got the kill. He kill stealed. They both got 5 kills apiece. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tanker for Fluffylilkitten in the T-34-85M. Congratulations. You can tell it's his first ace because he's got the scrolls underneath and you only get that the first time. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually got 5 in this one, 1 short of getting a top gun, and 1/3 of the enemy team got an arsonist for setting light to one of the enemy tanks and watching them burn up. That was the KV2, if I remember correctly, destroyed by fire. And yes, it does. Damage caused by fire. And he also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13. A brothers in arms for being in platoon with somebody else who got at least 3 kills, and effectively they were still alive at the end of the game. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game. A defender for resetting the cap and getting at least 70 defense points in the process. And on top of that, a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And that win 8 was 13,010, which is super unicum and a lot higher. And the reason that's very, very good is because a lot of people do have the T-34-85M, but don't play it as well as Fluffy did on that occasion. He made use of the right ammunition, and he got good shots at long range without getting too much damage in return. We look at the team score. Well, we can see he got the highest damage with 3,395. Nobody else got above 3,000 hit points. The second highest scorer was his platoon mate, who got 2,432. He picked up a brothers in arms and a tank sniper out of that game. His win 8 was 6,151. Not quite as high as Fluffylilkitten, but still very, very good indeed. And of course, when it came to kills, he got 5 alongside Fluffy, which means they both got the top number of kills in the game. The next highest scorers being the VK3001D and the T-34-85M on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yes, they got that one as well. In fact, Fluffy got the top in all 3 columns. 1,517 goes to him. 1,085 goes to the Scorpion, his platoon mate, and nobody else managed to get over 1,000 base, with the next highest score being only 765, and that went to the Striv M4257 with his autoloader. But that shows how effective this platoon was. They took down 2/3 of the enemy team between them, and basically Fluffy scored the top in every column. Nice. We look at detail, we can see he fired 28 rounds in the game, got 23 direct hits and 18 penetrations. This tank actually has 60 rounds of ammunition, so he didn't even get to half of his ammunition expended, but he still did a huge amount of damage, 3,395, 1,288 of which was at more than 300 meters. So you can see it does shoot at long range, just needs the right place to aim at. 7 hits received from the enemy, only 2 of which penetrated. Most of them, 5, did not penetrate, and they hit the front of the vehicle, but they bounced off because the angling on the front plate is actually very, very good. 2 also hits by way of splash damage, and both of them came from the gorilla. And the gorilla hit him with an almost, I think it was a splash hit the first time round, but the second one was also another splash, but it didn't actually do any damage. 455 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 13 enemy vehicles damaged, and 5 destroyed. So there was only 2 enemy tanks he didn't damage in that game. And I think the gorilla was one of the tanks he didn't actually damage. I'm not sure, just check that. You have to scroll the page because he hit so many. Oh, he did damage the gorilla, but it was his platoon mate in the Scorpion who actually got the kill shot in the end. So yes, there were so many enemy tanks damaged, you have to scroll the page to see them all. And he also got 158 hit points of damage assistance and 98 defense points when he reset the cap. On a premium account, he actually earned 138,557 credits. And look how little his ammunition would cost, because that shows you he's using the right ammunition for the job. He also got a mission completion bonus of 40,000. So very effective use of his ammunition, maximizing his credits, and also making it really fun because, of course, he generated a vast amount from this game. He also got away with 12,061 experience points as well. He got another mission completion bonus as well. So he really was shining in this game. And he said, I guess I'm a hero. Well, he definitely was in this game because he and the Scorpion between them won the game for their team because they did the most work and they pulled out a victory for their team. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.